Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Star Ladder and welcome to the Bets.net Challenger Series. We're into game one of our, I think, 4 games for the day. There were 5, but I think one of them got cancelled. We'll update you as that goes on through. My name is Switchblade J. I'm going to be taking you through all of the action for the EU group today. And we'll start things off with a very nice Swedish showdown between GODSENT and Red Reserve. For some reason, GODSENT have the Epsilon logo. We'll try to see if we can get that changed before we get started. But rest assured, it is GODSENT in the server, and they are ready to take on Red Reserve in the next few minutes. The Knifefran has gone live on the server. We're just waiting for the GoTV to catch up. Relatively important match, this one. Currently, Red Reserve are at the top of the table in the EU group, and GODSENT are sitting just behind Valiance at 5th. So victory here actually could possibly put them above Valiance in the top 4, push them out of the top 4 overall and actually claim GODSENT's spot. Because remember, the top 4 in this group will go on to face the top 4 in the CIS group in the playoff bracket for the Online Challenger Series. And the map for this one will be Inferno. Quite surprised that GODSENT let this one get through, since this is one of Red Reserve's best maps in the entire pool. And somehow it has ended up here in this matchup. There's a very good chance for Red Reserve to possibly take the victory. I would put GODSENT above them under most circumstances. But based on the fact that this is one of Red Reserve's best maps, the fact that they're well practiced on it in the last 3 months versus GODSENT have only played it 5 times, both online and on LAN. Got a question about the circumstances for victory of the GODSENT side. So, Knifefran ready to go live. We'll see the choice of side be taken here. For GODSENT, I imagine they would want to pick CT. Same sort of thing for Red Reserve, but they haven't got so much. They haven't got so much really staked in that CT side. They're relatively well balanced when it comes to their CT versus T side round victories. And it looks like the Knifefran will go to Red Reserve regardless, so we'll see where they can choose to kick things off here. Freddy B going to try and clutch it out, but I have a doubt. Come on, buddy. There we go. Freddy Frog finds it in the end. But that will be the Knifefran for Red Reserve. For the choice of side as well, they are going to swap to the CT side. Okay. Yeah, makes the most amount of sense again. CT side of map, that is what Inferno is. That's what most of the maps are, pretty much. So, here we go. Pistol round, Red Reserve on a CT start. GODSENT over for the T side in the first half. Pistol round buys coming into fruition. Let's see what these guys have to bring out of the hat today. Fuse skip for DJL with a smoke. He's playing on the Ninja setup. And Hampers has the utility support here for GODSENT. The P250 as well. No raid boss for GODSENT, interestingly enough. Would like to see him pass it off to one of the players with Kevlar. But outside of those setups, we've got default standards across the board here. Kevlar, USB is the P2K for Pleasant. And Glocks on the board for GODSENT. Here we go, straight into the default. The apartments control instantly to the favour of the T side, but they're just going to back right off and go pushing in towards mid. Freddy B and Brolin could force the issue back here towards Arch side and try to split their way on through, but Freddy Frog and DJ are looking at the crossfire. Never mind, Brolin single-handedly picks it apart, leaving Button as the last man left on the B side. He gets shut down by Twist, and the bomb is allowed to go directly onto the site and get planted. A very, very nice split from GODSENT, dismantling the Red Reserve defensive and going in for a little bit more. It's Relaxer alone, and a 1 versus 4 out towards CT Spawn. Desperately trying to find one frag at least on Brolin. Will eventually catch him off. But unfortunately, he is not bound for this world for very much longer. It will be the pistol, the bomb plant, and the early favour to the favour of GODSENT. The UMP's Freddy B and Hampus have those out. The 2 AKs for Disco and Twist. Brolin yet to buy. We'll get a UMP as well, so time to build some cash here for the GODSENT side. They're up against the force buy for Red Reserve, who are going to get out the Kevlars and pistols as standard. CZ's OP, as we have been proving over the course of the last weekend. The Eagle for Relaxer also for the long-range game to take off the heads of GODSENT. If he can line it up, of course. 2 smokes as well to try and suppress, but they have got a stack on B site for the most part. The smokes are on Freddy Frog and Pleasant. Pleasant is playing in towards the A side. That's great, the utility usage. to try and suppress the T-side for as long as they can. He's seen a little bit of utility here. I think he may have been giving that away a little bit too early instead. He's got now very, very little to work with outside of the CZ. Relaxing meanwhile looking for first contact out towards the B site. Catches Disco Doppelin, but unable to land the head. Therefore, Disco Doppelin will stay alive even though he is tagged up. Still, the crossfire is locked from Red Reserve. This could still be a very nice force buy round from them if they can find the positioning. If GODSENT rush this one down, it's going to be looking very, very dire indeed. The utility springs through. GODSENT looking like they're going to go ahead and try it for this push inside. The Deagle from Relax is still looking for whatever they can as the smokes on the cross go through. Twist gets the first, but Freddy Frog lines 2 up. Eventually traded back by Hampus to the 3 versus 3. And Relaxa getting challenged close range. Still takes the head off of Hampus. The bomb has rotated back towards Banana. But Red Reserve have got the man advantage now. 3 versus 2 and 30 seconds remaining. They've got to do a Plesson here towards the apartments if Roland gets caught off guard. And that's going to be it. But the UMP does catch off the headshot. And meanwhile, Relaxer and DJL have picked up a UMP and an AK. They could still go for this retake. It's still entirely plausible. Now the head armor on Brolin and Freddy B can be negated. They've got no defuse kit, so they're going to have to act quick if they make this work. And already Freddy B is pushing up 2 UMPs up against this rifle. And Freddy B is actually going to wrap around for the backstab. Can he find this one towards Arch side? He spots DJL and Relaxer, but no! Relaxer takes him down with an eagle. It's all Brolin alone. 1 versus 2 smokes down. He gets dealt with. And my word, Red Reserve, a stack, a gamble towards the B site that works out to the CT favour. That's going to be a round that gets stolen away from GODSENT as they even up 1-1. Despite that loss, the force buy will still come to fruition from GODSENT. AK's out to play 2 Deagles on Hampus and Twist. Careful our helmets for most of these players here. Fortunately, not many of the weapons for Red Reserve right now can take that head armor off. It's only DJL with the AK safe from the last round. He's playing out towards the B side, which fortunately is not where GODSENT's default is working around this round. Sadly, they've got to deal with Plesson, who takes the first man, Freddy B. Straight out to the opening pick of the CT side once again. Taps out Brolin. Getting control of short. Laxer and DJL still holding out towards the B side, but they've got to be careful of this player towards Cubby, Freddy Frog. A small angle on Hampus. Who spots who first? A minute left to go on the clock. T slowly start to creep up. The smoke does clear, and Hampus does catch Freddy Frog back off guard, so train to the 4 versus 4. Plesson also not watching short, gets dealt with on the boost. It's all done a button. The last man left on the A site does pick up 1, but how long can he really hold out for? Not long is the answer to that question. As GODSENT turn a 3 versus 2 to that favour. And they get the bomb planted for default. Relaxer and DJL in a bit of a dire situation. No defuse kit once again. They made this 3 versus... sorry, it was 2 versus 2 in the last round. But they made it work regardless. What can they do from here is the question. The 2 CTs coming in from Library. The fuse kit's been dropped and the GODSENT have pushed it further back into their line thanks to that grenade. I'm not sure whether that was intended for that measure or whether it was just trying to force Red Reserve away, keep them suppressed for a couple more seconds. I'm not quite sure. It looks like it will go 2-1 to the favour of GODSENT to start off the first few rounds of the matchup. Red Reserve just looking for exit frags. I think Relaxer and DJL realise that the odds are well and truly stacked against them, so just leaving that one to be, holding suppressive angles towards Arch and Library. Holding on to those 2 rifles, but this next round will not be looking likely to be a Red Reserve round. They could force buy around it. They are dropping some weapons, actually. Yeah, DJL's going to get the UMP out to Plesson, so maybe this war of attrition early could still work out. Yeah, and they will force it down, Red Reserve. Again, the buy-up isn't quite 100% where they want it to be, but regardless, it's still better than what they would have had before. GODSENT this time a lot more passive on their lines. Red Reserve trying to outsmart them. You can see the boost out towards Boiler, trying to catch one of these players off towards apartments. Freddy B could FreddieB falling victim to it. When did he pop out? He spots them both. Sprays his way on through, but can't get the frag. Meanwhile, Barton's going to push up aggressive, trying to see if he can take down Brolin, and Relaxer will fall, but the 1-for-1 trade comes back thanks to the CZ. Well, versus 4 scenario, but they have lost one of these rifles here. Red Reserve will do well to get it back. I think they realise now that there is more presence on this A site than it is on B. Indeed, they will just pick off DJL. Turn things to the 4 versus 3, 2-for-1 trade. Favour, of course, to GODSENT. Bomb does go down, Red Reserve. Defuse kit on Freddy. After just peeking up from CT, he will just run his way back towards the A site and look to save the M4 that was dropped by Relaxer earlier on. I don't think they can get the AK out from Dark at this point in time, so save what you can. Leave a third round to the favour of GODSENT. Unfortunately, the Force Buy doesn't quite work out. I do hope Freddy is going to go back for that. What? Why do they shoot each other? I mean, I do hope that Freddy is going to go back for that M4. They kind of need to save that at this point in time for Red Reserve. 2 rounds of loss bonus. The money's not going to stack. $3,300 on Relaxer at best. That is the basics of what we're looking at right here for Red Reserve. Nothing much. And yeah, no M4 saved in this one. 2 UMPs for Barton and Pleasant. Against the 5 AKs at GODSENT. This is a fully blown anti-eco here from the T side. Red Reserve just using whatever they were able to save in that last round to hopefully put a bit of pay to GODSENT at this point in time. I don't imagine that they'll win the round, but any damage that can be done to the T side will be good enough, I suspect. Under the default, GODSENT will go again aggressive towards middle control. The stack from Red Reserve is this time on the A side. Last time they tried this was literally last round, and GODSENT found the frags, found the information, and rotated back towards B side as a result. But this time they will go a little bit further in deep. 1-for-1 trade, but they only know that Button's here. They don't know about Freddy or Pleasant as of yet. Well, they do know about Pleasant now, and they're actually going to rush this down. The UMPs, they're making this work. At 3K for Button. He backs right off, and Freddy Frog takes point with the Deagle. And they clean house here, Red Reserve. An eco going oh so horribly wrong for GODSENT. And the money line does amount to a buy for both sides here. So the AKs will get brought back in. The AWPs coming out for Relaxer. Diffuse kits in 2s for the CT side. Some very awkward rounds going to the favour of teams that you wouldn't expect to go towards. 2 UMPs as well for Brolin and Twist, so the money line isn't 100% solid. Let's see what they can do. Out towards Banana than initially go, and actually they're going to run once again into a stack, and they're going to be able to deal with this. A lot of grenade damage coming out. They spot the first man, Button getting himself back out of position, but GODSENT, after seeing that initial aggression, are just going to run right back. They pulled a rotation, or at least they're going to suspect that they pulled a rotation and go back into the default. They can find these picks here, then this would be great. But for the moment, for now, it's only Relaxer towards the A side. Early damage already favours Red Reserve. A minute will remain on the clock. The CTs go up aggressive. Re-rotating back towards the A side, more standard angles, but they put both of their CT players on B out towards Sandbag. They do get the first frag on Hampus. It was a very risky set of circumstances, and if Hampus had got that double spray, then they would have left B site entirely open, but they get the frag. The York picks one back towards A. They rotate into standard positions to a 5 versus 3 to their favour. They know what is up against GODSENT right now. 30 seconds remain. Twist still putting some utility out, trying to fake out something towards the B site. He's pulled the AWP back here, so the push to come in from the bomb planter could still work out, but Freddy Frog's still on the site, and he picks up FreddieB. Brolin going to make his way in, puts the UMP to good effect, but unfortunately Pleasant's in the corner, and unfortunately that does also mean that Twist is alone. 1 versus 4, has to save the AK, hasn't got enough time to get back in and storm the A site, and that will be another round to the favour of Red Reserve after, again, a couple of awkward rounds that didn't quite go the way that you would expect them to. Equalising the scoreline now. They do win the first rifle. A little bit of a late rifle round. But regardless, they have won it. See what GODSENT can come into this next round with. Of course, they didn't get a bomb plant. And they're working off 2 rounds of loss bonus. So, not much is the answer. Just that AK saved by Twist. And PT50s and CZs outside of that. Just early in towards this one, GODSENT trying to catch off an overextending CT, but so far nothing will be found. Except for Disco Doplin, who gets shut down by the York. Relaxer connects on the Freddy B as well, dropping the bomb in Arch, looking for his third, but Hampus does put the PT50 to effect, and he's got that AWP to work with now. Him and Twist have a little bit of ground, but Hampus hasn't got any armor. He's full glass cannon with this AWP. And Twist is still working an angle towards A site. They've got 2 players to worry about here, Button and DJL. 50 seconds left, and Hampus, oh, he's got a good angle on Freddy. No one's covering CT, so he turns it back to a 3 versus 3. Twist getting Button down as well. DJL's got to run back in towards the standard angle on the site, and Brolin's going to pick him apart with a CZ. There's Red Reserve looking likely to lose an eco to GODSENT in the same way that GODSENT lost an eco to them. Just a saved rifle they had on Twist, and that was it. Plesser now. 1v3 retake, the AK sneaking around towards the apartments. But he is creeping slowly. And peek in, look for a frag. Does catch Braun off guard, so does make the round not quite as profitable as GODSENT would have wanted it to, but regardless, we'll do some damage to the T side, just about getting away alive, it seems. Taking out Twist as well, actually dropping that AK and the armor, so they actually do quite a bit of damage to GODSENT. Unfortunately, it's not enough because, of course, the loss bonus stacking and the round win bonus for that one means that the full buy will come out from the T's regardless. Just denying the opportunities to save many guns in this round. 4 AKs, the AWP dropped over to Twist as well. And Relax is going to force by the Europe alongside the rest of Red Reserve. They've got 3 AKs. Sorry, 3 M4s, 1 AK, excuse me. Very back and forth game from both of the Swedes. Early utility play here in GODSENT, just trying to push CTs away from the positions they really want to. Vice versa for Red Reserve. Got a good grenade out down top mid. Couldn't quite work out the same amount of damage when he Disco Doplin tagged up by 2. That's all for the moment here. Molotovs and Incendiaries ringing out. Twist and Disco backed up again to Banana. Top of Banana. Start going for this one right here. They got a pretty decent crossfire. Red Reserve actually the boost up. This could catch players off guard. Button's going to take the fight, so I'll now know what's up. Plesson will get the first, but Twist with a quick trade back with the AWP looking out for Button. Brolin's actually got another good angle as well where he could trade him right back out. He's going to call out the information from his teammates and does bring it back to a 3 versus 3. 2 players left here on the site. Freddy, Frog, and Relaxer. Relaxer rotating in from B, putting AWP shots down range through the smoke. We'll get Molotov away by Brolin at least. Flashbang's also coming out for the rest of GODSENT. They will get this bomb down on the site eventually. Planted for the arch. And Reserve will slowly make their way into positions right here. M4 on Freddy. Relaxer peeking in towards the site from Long and DJL. I know how we're back there to support him, but doesn't look like they're going in for a major retake. We have time to work with to set this whole thing up, but they've got to move quick if they want to try and make this work. Actually, a good shot to bait out Disco Doplin with the utility. Relaxer takes him down. DJL trades out hand pistol. 1 versus 2 for Brolin. 7 HP, but they both line up for him. And he gets himself the 4K to save the round for GODSENT. 5-3 now on the scoreline. favor to the T side. As Red Reserve this time don't have anything to work with. They lose all that they had in that last round and 2 rounds of lost bonus. It's got to be the eco, just upgraded pistols, but no armor, no utility. This should be a 6th round on the board for GODSENT. And a major mistake from the remaining 2 players. Really did cost them in that case. Which is heavily unfortunate there. Brolin picking up Pleasant, kicking things off. As you would expect. Even more frags going. To the favour of GODSENT. Picks per piece on Disco, Brolin, and Twist. And Freddy B as well. And Freddy Frog is the last man left here on the CT side. Just to make sure utilities to try and flush players out if they are still being hidden. But GODSENT have full control of this one. The bomb will go down. Freddy with a P250 held back in the corner. Hopefully, if the T side do aggress him, he can pick up a couple of frags. But not at this point in time. Actually, maybe he might. GODSENT are going to re-aggress this one. I'm just waiting. Takes out Freddy Frog. And there it is, 6-3. Over to the T side. An almost perfect round from GODSENT. I say almost because Brolin took a single point of damage. That was all Red Reserve could do. The buy-up's coming back here from Red Reserve. The double AWPs in play from Freddy and Relaxer. Freddy's playing towards Arch side. Relaxer's going immediately down towards Banana. Can't get the aggressive angle. I don't think he got the good spawn for it. He will hold out and get ready for GODSENT to peek in towards him. He spots Disco on the cross but misses his shot. And Disco, as a result, gets the early first bit of tag damage to the favour of the T side. And Freddy Frog's also suppressing this other angle as well. Smoke will go down, but he's out towards Arch. But Flash perfectly allowed Twist to peek out and take him down instead. So opening damage and opening frag to the favour of GODSENT. They pick off one of the AWPs in play. I think they're also going to realise that it's a double AWP setup. They've heard both players firing against GODSENT. They know what's up. They're playing super carefully about this as well. Trying to take some good angles up here towards the B bomb site, towards Banana. Relaxer's ready and waiting, trying to look for a peek and pick. This could be a slow peek. That shot twists down. No, Relaxer still misses the shot. Meanwhile, utility pouring in towards the A site. A good grenade on Pleasant. Tags him to 44. Now GODSENT starting to run out of time. They've got to try and make this push work. Button's going to get aggressive and Hampus punishes him for it. 3 versus 5. DJL also on towards Archside. Spots the crossing. Takes one. Connects the spray, but he can't get it on Hampus. And now the push comes in towards B. It's all up to Relaxer if he can take both of these frags. And this could be round over, but he's going to come closing in towards the other side. He's got to try and lock them down as well. Picks up Hampers, 16 seconds. This goes on the site. The bomb's going to get planted. He's suppressing the AWP. And eventually he'll be forced to peek back in towards Church. Freddy B going to get aggressive. Takes his head back. Pleasant does get the trade. For a 2 versus 1. He's not going to win it out. It's the 7th round on the board now for the T side. The back and forth affair has calmed down. GODSENT finally able to get a good lead above their Swedish rivals. 4 rounds in a row for GODSENT, and Red Reserve will have to eco maybe half by this round. Looks like we're going to go in with the eco. A couple of upgrades coming in here. DJL's the only man with Kevlar. A smoke and a HE nade outside of that for the CT side. Twist picks up DJL as the first frag. Lo and behold, the armor does fall. But it's entirely open as well. GODSENT are eventually going to get wind of this. Lax is creeping up, however, to try and support, try and get something back towards here. Smokes go down. Laxer flashed out. Take the fire. Actually pushes through, but yeah, the crossfire is never going to work for you in this case. Bomb will get planted as a result. Again, this should be an 8th round for GODSENT. Red Reserve are trying to claw back an 8-7 scoreline here on this CT side. But this is getting scary for these guys, especially when you consider how, decent GODSENT are on their CT side of Inferno. Can't get a good half right here. This could be the end of it. Wesson does get an AWP out of Twisted's hand, so some opportunities here. The GODSENT do claim the half at 8-3. The AWP staying in play for Relaxer is also a major opportunity to invest in the second AWP, which is exactly what Freddy Frog's going to do. 2 sniper rifles and 5 AKs to contend with on the GODSENT part. Actually, a decent amount of money still left in the reserves for these guys. I think they could force the buy on one more round if they lost it here against Red Reserve, dropping rifles and all. They're going to go quick, however. They're going to try it and overwhelm the CT defensive. An AWP and an M4. Relaxer holding down a corner. It's DJL to take the brunt of the long-range aggression back towards Epsilon. Picks off Brolin to kick things off, and the teams are trying to make their way in. Relaxer's very, very low, and DJL going to get traded by Freddy B, but Relaxer's still here towards first. Does eventually get taken down by Twist. And Disco Doppelin turns onto Pleston, also aggressing it back towards Church. The man advantage swings to the favour of GODSENT as the very aggressive rush does amount to their favour. Bomb down on the B site, 2 versus 3. A very difficult retake for Button and Freddy Frog. Suppressed by smoke, suppressed by utility. GODSENT, the only plus is that they've used it all, but Disco Doppelin picking up Button now makes this officially impossible for Freddy Frog. He'll back off and save the AWP. And there it is, one more frag to the favour of Twist to make it an entire clean sweep against Red Reserve. Pause getting called by DJL. Tactical in nature, obviously, they kind of have to. Again, their standing in this game does not look good. GODSENT up 9-3 on their T side. They're a CT favoured team. The money is bolstered. It may be good enough for the rest of the half. Brown on 10k. And Red Reserve struggling to get a buyback here. Ooh, another tactical pull is going to get used by GODSENT. Don't think that counts. I don't think that's in the rule book. But regardless. CZ's out for Red Reserve. Sweaty tactics, if you will. Can they get away with it like other pros have done so in the past few days, obviously? These Katowice Grand Finals are infamous. Relaxer will get the first, and Freddy Frog gets another one back on Disco Doppelin. Okay, the CZs have dropped the bomb. Trying to get control of the banana position, but they may not be able to do so. Freddy Frog, a good angle on Hampus, but Hampus still picks him up. Red Reserve have one man trying to sit in the backstab. Unfortunately, Button peeks straight into Brolin, and Brolin shuts him down. It's all DJL. 1 versus 3, and they know where he is as well. They must know that this boost came in from someone, and he will pick off Hampus for it, going aggressive. We're trying to retrade on Freddy B. Eventually forced back, so damage will be done by the CZs once again from Red Reserve. Unfortunately, they won't be able to steal the round away from GODSENT, which is a plus, in a sense. We're focusing on this main buy, however. AWP out for Relaxer. 3 and 4s, maybe a 4th for Freddy. I imagine it would be a 4th. He's got near 6k. No, he's going to go for the double AWPs once again. Red Reserve, this is such a really heavy investment, these double AWPs, and they haven't been able to get much done with it. It's usually the first AWP that gets taken out first. Look at this, Relaxer in the same position where that may end up happening. Flashed out of position, forced back towards CT. Got to line up some good shots. He picks off the first, trying to fire through the smoke. He kicks up Twist as well. 2 for 1 trade, but they will rush him down, try and gain control of the B site. It is open now, 4 versus 3. It's Red Reserve. A man advantage on this retake. Can they make it work this time? Surely they must. Everything is going into their favor. Relaxer getting tagged through that. I think Happers picked up 1. Yeah, he did. Never mind. Back towards the favor of nobody. Equalized, but Relaxer quick to change that, taking out Brolin. Button's got to get on site. He's the man with the defuse getting there's 1 man directly on the bomb. The flashbangs go over. They got to try and peek this now. They've got to go quick. They're running out of time. GODSENT are still suppressing them across the board here. 1 back towards Banana and 1 on the site itself and Grill. Hampus knocked them out, but Button sprays on through 10 HP on Freddy, and he will get it. But has he got enough time? No, he fluffed it. No, he didn't have enough time anyway. And Red Reserve, unfortunately, took a little bit too long to get themselves set up for that retake. And as a result, the retake will fall victim to being shut down. GODSENT on 11 rounds to 3 now. This T-side half has been going swimmingly for them. Ever since the early game where they were trading rounds back and forth, it's just all been GODSENT. Red Reserve up for a force by now. Mag 7 for Barton. 2 for Masters for Freddy and Relaxer. 2 UMPs for DJL and Pleasant. Go into the mid control and Banana for Disco. AWP for his side. Smoke's going down. GODSENT already setting up the utility defaults. Red Reserve kind of in desperate need. Minutes still left to go on the clock here for T-side. Doesn't matter though, Freddy Frog's going to be the first casualty. Roland was almost a second there. Honest Hampus, close range from Pleasant. Can't turn it into enough, 2 for 1. And Barton's Mag 7 catches Freddy B for so much damage, but wasn't enough. Again, 7 HP remains on him. He'll be kicking himself after that, being extremely annoyed. 2 versus 4. Relaxer and DJL kind of have to go for this one. It is the last round of the half. Too near his ring through. Twist picks up DJL. There's no chance for Relaxer. This will be a 12th round on the board for GODSENT. And there it is. A pistol buffer for Red Reserve is all they've got to work with. They lose this next pistol, which is actually relatively likely because they haven't got the best track record of pistol round victories on Inferno. Pistol round coming out to play right now. GODSENT win this. They'd probably win the whole game. Let's see if they can do it. Armor out for Red Reserve. Smoke for DJL. P250 on him as well. GODSENT have given Brolin the CZ. And Twist has a HE with Freddy B, the first man in, the first man down. Button gets the first. Okay. Good start from the T's. The stack has to dissolve now here from GODSENT. Frag came from Baton as well, so they spotted the bomb. GODSENT, as a result, suspect that Red Reserve have gone back towards the A side, but now they're going to be hearing a whole different story. With footsteps all around him, Twist is on site. He's got to line up heads. He takes the first man, and the second, and the third. That is simple from the USP. Disco Doppling getting one in the exchange, and Brolin rotates with the CZ to finish the job. But Twist on the site, directly down. Shutting every single player of Red Reserve, and this was the worst case scenario for them. No bomb plant, no pistol victory, and probably no chance to hell now. They will rebuy this one. The Ford Eagles, the CZ's coming out for Button once again. Kevlar helmets all across the board. The hard buy from GODSENT. 2 rifles, 3 UMPs, the same buy that they had in the second round of the match when they won the pistol earlier. I'm going to be able to find the same simple peeks and picks, but vice versa for Plessin, who will be the first casualty, burning alive at the edge of the smoke. The aggression from the CT side finds themselves a first frag once again here on the CT side. Ooh, good deagle play from Relaxer though. Eat your heart out twist, that's what you get for getting a 3k headshot. 4 versus 4. Bron also spotting out. Relaxer still trying to peek up together. Getting the damage, but no frags at the moment here. Outside of the 2 that have already gone through for the 1-for-1 trade. Freddie B's also going to spot them coming in. I think he may have seen the bomb as well. The Deagle's out. Oh, that's the wallbanger perfection. And GODSENT now at this point are just rubbing salt in the wound. Freddie does get one, and Relaxer gets one more back. Suddenly looking a little bit more lightly now for Red Reserve, but they've got low HP across the board. They have got the bomb plant. Bronner will still go for this retake. He's still got the rifles, and GODSENT are still with a very good opportunity to make this work. 3 players, all very low. GODSENT have the fuse kit on Bronner as well. They can take their time with this one, but they've got to be careful they don't just rush straight in. The Molotovs go through. Disco spotted. And Brolin gets them both. It's a 1 versus 1 now. M4 versus UMP. A slight range advantage. And Brolin's going to stick it. Brolin's going to stick it. Barton is not going to peek, but he does find the headshot. Just about saving the round for the T side. At the very last second. Keeping them in the game here against GODSENT. Stealing back a conversion away from their Swedish rivals. Of course, for GODSENT, this is one of 2 matches they are playing today. Up against Sprout. In about an hour and 15 minutes time. Here live on the same streams. If you do want to go ahead and catch that and bookmark it in your diaries. Now they are currently in the lead above Red Reserve. Have opportunities available to them. Just slowly creeping up. Looking for suppressive angles. Of course, they are on the pistol forced by the CZs. They're out the UMP, of course, for Freddie B. A Deagle for Hampus. And that is the extent of the CT-sided buy. A minute to go. Eventually, Twist is spotted. Still takes quite an amount of damage on Freddy. And Relaxer just rushing into the apartments, gets picked up by Disco Doplin, who has an AK to work with now. 4 versus 4. Opportunities still a brewing for GODSENT, but Plessin is quick to shut them down. Picking up Hampus, 1 pistol player out of the action now. GODSENT will scatter as a result. Just say what they've got. Armor and a rifle. And then an SMG, of course, for Freddie B. Brolin will fall to the hands of Plessin, meanwhile. This will be a 5th round on the board for Red Reserve as they do find another lifeline again against the GODSENT CT-sided squad. Come out for this one. Just other than that, those 2 players saving from the last round, of course. are going to get picked apart, though. Actually, Pleasant does take down Brolin, so, you know, baiting the TK. Next level strats coming out from GODSENT. Lining up yourself with the positions of your opponents. Because why not? 4 versus 2 now. Not much available for GODSENT on the CT side. Pleasant does get picked off, but... Ooh, DJL getting picked apart as well by Disco Duplin. 2v1 now, and Red Reserve have actually kind of fallen apart thanks to GODSENT's tenacity to try and get these frags, and as well as the TK coming in from Pleasant doesn't help things either. But they have turned this to a very expensive round now, GODSENT. Disco Duplin is hunting for a little bit more, peeking on towards the site. Does he expect one to be up towards Graveyard? Gonna peek up towards it, but no. Button will take him down, deny him any much more than that. Doesn't matter for GODSENT though, obviously. They have a buy up for this round. The M4s will be coming out to play. 5 M4s in particular, alongside 5 AKs from the Red Reserve side. Red Reserve on a passive default to kick things off. Out towards top mid, out towards top of Banana. That's who aggressive second mid into the apartments will go Pleasant, but outside of that. Red Reserve aren't looking for an opening frag, they're looking for information on where they really want to hit towards. Seconds left. Lax are going to peek up and catch Hampers off guard through the smoke, though. That's a nice kill. Headshot landed as the T side gain the man advantage. CT's starting to get a little bit over aggressive. They want to try and find a trade back. Actually, this could be the bait. Button hasn't even got to do anything but connect the headshot, and he will be able to land it entirely on Twist and GODSENT. Not looking just as solid as they did on their T side half. Freddie B alone on the B side is going to get backed up by Brolin eventually. Meanwhile, Disco Duplin is left alone back towards Pit on the A side, and they don't really know what's going on. Actually, they may have read the rotation. I think they've heard the footsteps. They've got 3 players stacking up here against 5. This may be a good opportunity if Disco Duplin can hold out for time, and Brolin's going to get there in time. Yes, they do. 3 versus 3, 3 versus 2, 3 versus 1. As the rotation and kills are perfect from GODSENT, and perfect to time as well. Relaxer is alone, a 1 versus 3. And there's no way he's winning this round. He's got to save. And GODSENT shouldn't have won that round, but by God, they did. Up out for Relaxer. Red Reserve are going to force this buyback once again. Look at the awkwardness of this buy right here. CZ's coming out on DJL and Relaxer. AK for Freddy Frog. Sorry, DJL and Freddy Frog, excuse me. Freddy Frog's going to pick up the AK that was dropped by DJL. Taps out Disco Duplin. Trying to get a good wall banger against one of these players here in apartments, but unfortunately won't be able to find it. But GODSENT now in with an opportunity available to them here. Money reset on Red Reserve could be the end of the game if GODSENT can pick it up. They're only 2 rounds from taking it. Meanwhile, Red Reserve could reset them here on loss bonus and in terms of their own money line, because GODSENT are also looking pretty battered and bruised in terms of the economy. Batten is going to peek up. Get caught off guard by Hampus instead. So that's 1 frag to the favour of the CTs. And meanwhile, the T side will aggress out towards the banana position. Pleasant taking point, ready to find Freddie B out here somewhere. Molotovs go together, and he'll connect the spray on towards 1, 2nd, and a 3rd. Hampers with a bit of help as well in the 2K. Gets GODSENT up to match point, and that may be the end of it right here, Red Reserve. No money, no house, no jobs, and nothing to work with right now. I believe this to be GG, guys. Let's see what they can do at least. Try something out here going out towards 2nd mid and apartments. Relax is going to be the first man in, ready and waiting for him. Is Brolin and Disco Doppler. Here we go. Freddy, first man in. Traded back by Twist. Disco Doppler still here on the site. He connects himself 1 and not quite the 2nd, actually. DJL picking up that frag, turning it to a 3 versus 3. Players all across the board here too kind of need to make something work. M4s have been picked up. Relax is going to get tagged up though, and Buttonham, DJL are held back to the same corner. Not really going to happen today, and they won't line up for DJL in this case. It will be GG. A 16-6 scoreline to the favour of GODSENT, as they eventually do lock out enough rounds to close this one out and bring a favour to their side. So suddenly this does put them in contention for that top 4 spot. Do keep your eyes on the ladder tables to see who's going to take it. But of course, GODSENT are not done today just yet. In about an hour's time, they will take on the German Sprout team. So if you do want to heap and hold on that, you can tune back in to this channel in about an hour's time. And of course, if you did enjoy today's casting, you hit an exclamation mark, cast a command to get taken to my personal Twitter. And follow the StarLadder channel for all the bets on that action coming up. So see you in about an hour. Go grab some drinks, go grab some snacks. We'll catch you back here with GODSENT back in action after this break.